Hey guys, today I completed the Brown Rocky Mountain Trail on Skyline Drive. It's located at milepost 76.8, and you're going to want to park at the Brown Mountain Overlook. That's where you'll begin your hike. Now, according to All Trails, this is a 9.4-mile trail, although today All Trails recorded 10.7 miles for me. According to All Trails, the elevation is 2,198, but All Trails today recorded 2,251. It took me 4 hours and 50 minutes to complete this trail. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this trail. The main thing, it is very, very, very rocky. From start to finish, you're going to have to navigate rocks. And this spur right here from the parking lot to the loop is zero point 0.7 miles, but it is a brutal zero point 0.7 miles. It is a very steep elevation loss and gain, and right from the beginning, you're heading downhill and you're going to continue downhill until you get to the 5.4-mile mark, and then it begins to go uphill, and the elevation gains are pretty steep here. They're pretty severe. I've done the Priest, I've done Three Ridges, I've done White Oak Canyon and Cedar Run. This compares to those. Maybe Three Ridges is a little bit more difficult because it's a lot longer than this. Three Ridges is 14 miles. But anyway, right in here, you're going to be on the side of the mountain, and you're going to be on a little trail that's 8 to 10 inches wide. And if you make the wrong move, you can get hurt. There's lots of opportunity to get hurt on this trail, even crossing the rivers. I mean, the first three river crossings, I mean, I could get across, on rock, or I could get across on a tree or something. But after that, you got to wade across. And I was so glad that I took my shoe covers with me today, because I really, really wanted to keep my feet dry because I knew I was going to have to do a lot of climbing over here. And as I said, I decided to take the trail clockwise. But look, this is the thing. Even if you go clockwise clockwise or counterclockwise, guess what? At the end of the day, you still got to deal with this little beast right here, and it's not a fun way to end your day. But I made it. I had to stop a few times, to rest. I think I stopped 3 times on the way up. But guys, it was quite a climb, and this is quite a trail. Now, when I look at a trail and I'm classifying it as easy, moderate, or hard, there are several things that I like to look at: distance, the condition of the trail. Are there a lot of rocks? Are there a lot of boulder fields? Or are you walking from rock to rock? Is it hard on the knees? Is there a lot of elevation gain and loss? Are there river crossings where you're gonna have to wade across and you can get hurt, going across the river? Are you on the side of a mountain on a ledge where the trail is only 8 to 10 inches? Those are the things that I look at. And certainly, All Trails has rated this hard, and I agree with that. It is very hard. As I said before, I have hiked, some other very difficult trails, and this is right up there with them. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I shot a lot of videos, so I'm going to let you guys decide for yourself. I'm going to show that to you now so that you can decide if this trail is right for you. Arrived at the Brown Mountain Overlook, and I'm ready to begin my hike. It's a little bit after 8 o'clock, and I'm really looking forward to this. Still at the beginning here, and as you can see, this is a very rocky trail, and it's a very steep descent down. So you just got to be careful. I wouldn't suggest this as a running trail. This is something you got to be careful with, because you could definitely turn an ankle or something here. I'm coming up to the loop, and I'm going to do this clockwise. So I'm going to make the turn right here, and I'm going to take the Rocky Mount trail. This trail so far is much improved. The trail itself is not as rocky, and when I was on the other trail coming in, the rocks were actually, I could feel those through my shoes.
Just to give you guys some idea of how far I have descended so far, I'm about, I don't know, a little more than a half mile in, I suppose. And this gives you some idea. Skyline Drive's up there, and I'm way down here. I'm 1.5 miles in, and I'm finally starting to see a little stream here. There's not much to it, but it's welcome. Okay, here's my first stream crossing. It doesn't look terribly difficult. I think it's something I can handle. Let me see. I think I'll go this way. Oh, I guess I've got to jump. Okay, that wasn't too bad. About 200 feet down, I'm coming to another stream crossing. This one, I think I'm just going to take this log. If I did that 8-inch last week, I should be able to do this one. Let me see if I can get, oh, it's shaky. And there you go. Coming up on my third stream crossing. I'm about 2.5 miles in right now. So I guess I'll take those rocks over to the tree and then across. This is a very nice area. Not many rock. I'm hiking along the stream. I'm still heading downhill, and it is just very pretty here. I'm really enjoying this. This is the trail, but right across this waterfall right here, there's a nice camping area that has been used many times before, it looks like to me. But that's a very nice camping area right there if you want to stay the night. I've got a situation here. I've got to find a way across this river. And it does look like a river now. So how am I going to get across here without getting my feet wet? Or I did bring my shoe covers. Now it looks like there's something over here where I might be able to get across. I decided to put my shoe covers on to get across this area right here. I think right here is where I'm going to get, my feet would get wet. So I put them on in hopes that the water is not too deep there. We'll see what happens. I made it. I'm back on trail. 300 feet down the river, you have to cross back to the other side. So the question might be, why didn't I just stay on that side and not cross to begin with? I tried that. And if you look at my trail map, you'll see where I had to double back. There's this huge rock face that looks like it's about 60 to 70 feet up that comes right down to the river, and there's no way around it. So the only choice you have is to cross back there and then come back down here and cross again. Okay, I made it. The water in some places was a little deeper than my slip-ons, so a little bit of water went down my leg, but not very much. As you can see, my shoes are not very wet. Certainly not as wet as they would be. Hey, those two river crossings where I had to put on my shoe covering, that was at the 4-mile mark. Can you believe it? Another stream crossing. And guess what? This is the same scenario where I've got to cross here, and then about, I don't know, about 400 yards down the river, or maybe a half mile or so, I don't know, I've got to cross back over again. I'll try to film some of this stream crossing. This is not too bad. This is relatively shallow through here. You can see my boots are working great. Now let's see how deep it is over here. I wonder if I can go right through here. Yep, that seemed to work. There was a little splash, but I made it. I got one more river crossing. I think this is number 9 or number 10. I'll have to look at the film to determine just how many there have been. There have been about 3 that were very small that I didn't film, but let me see if I can get across here without having to put these shoe covers on. And I don't think that's going to be the case. I think I'm going to have to put the shoe covers on here, because even though I can walk out to this area, there's no rocks here for me to cross. After all those stream crossings, around 10 of them, now they put a bridge across here. But this is the wrong way. I think I need to go back this way. You don't go across the bridge. At the 5.4 mile mark, I'm now going uphill. It's slow going, but I'm getting there. This is a difficult climb, but I've seen worse, but not recently. The trail, and this is what I'm looking at. Not bad. I'm going to climb up here real quick and see what the view is like. This is a little bit off the trail, but I hope it's worth it. Yep, this is worth it. Wow, look at this. That's the overlook, and this is the trail. Look at these rocks. You don't want to slip here. If you did, you would go down there on those boulders. And that would not be a good result, most likely. I'm back. It was 10 miles, 10.7 miles, and it was one heck of a hike. It's very difficult. Where I'm parked right now is the Brown Mountain Overlook, and this is where I had to park today. There's no dedicated parking space for it, and you start the trail right here. So I'm parked here, and the trail starts right here.